Hi YouTube, I'm back again, recording you another video of something that I've recently bought. Bought it second hand, didn't pay a lot of money for it. I got this monster of a thing. It's called the kayfun monster, or aka the Big Russian. I was going to get a sub-tank plus, that was what my original plan was, to buy this. To buy a bigger tank with a big capacity for liquid. I bought this, I didn't know it would be as big as what it is. It is very heavy as well. Weighs easily over 100 grams. It weighs more than the iStick battery that it's attached to as well. It's got a lot of juice capacity. It's actually got a 10 or 11 mil rebuildable tank atomizer. You can take it apart. You can put pretty much any coil that you could put in a dripper in it as well. That's a big bonus. I love that. I've modified it slightly. There, if you look, is an air hole. I've drilled it out to roughly about 3mm wide to give me a little bit more extra air into it, just to improve it a little bit. The thing I've noticed about it is the way it works depends on what kind of coil you put in it, rather than the airflow, rather than the juice. It all seems to be on the coil, because it sort of, once it's built up, you put your coil in, you put your wick through, and then you sort of divide it into four, so it goes in and then down like that, and spreads out almost like some spider's legs, like 4 spider's legs. It comes down and then it drips and drops down, so it wicks up from the bottom. It's amazing to use, and when I bought it, the guy at the shop at Vaping Quitting Telford told me that it's more of a flavour chaser's tank. Well, I would say it does both quite well, because you can build it to how you specifically want it. You can build a dual coil on it, or you can do what I've done, which is build a single coil on it for greater airflow for bigger clouds. So it's personal preference. If you've got one, if you've got any of the, like the Russian 91%, or the kayfun, like the kayfun mini, the kayfun. I want after buying this, I want to definitely try and get the new kayfun version 3, because I like the technical aspect of building the cores, and I love doing that. And plus with this, I think a whole theory of you have to sub-ohm to get big clouds is bullshit, purely because this is 1.7 ohms, and that is running at, so let's say 16 watts. Just 16 watts. That's all the power that's going through it. Nearly half of what the iStick 30 watt puts out, and it's amazing. I saw Rip Trippers doing the Big Russian, and he had his on an iTaste 134, which I think is more or less what this is probably designed to go on, because it dwarfs the battery, to be honest with you. It's massive, like, especially when you compare it to like my sub-tank mini. I mean, clearly it's a lot bigger than it, both wise. It's much more capacity as well, but this is neat, more than double this, the power of this, the use capacity of this. But this can blow equally as big clouds as this as well, so that's quite good. I think even though you can build a cloud chaser rebuild in it, you can build a taste chaser build in it as well. You can get the best of both worlds out of this tank, and it is vaping in a way that's fully customizable to your own sort of preference, I think personally. Of course, with any vaping stuff, it all depends on how long you can toke on it for, or how long you want to toke on it for. That's 5.5 seconds, which isn't bad. You lower down the watts, you can actually put it down to 40. You can actually vape on it for a little bit longer than that. That's around about 6 seconds. Works absolutely amazingly well. If you have got one, or you are going to get one, play around with it. Play around with the coils that you're putting inside of it, and play around with wicking, because this is the third coil build that I've put in this now. You can compare it to a dripper, definitely, because the taste is there, because they've got a big ass long drip tip on it. There's not a massive amount of space between the coil and where it's coming out. Again, another thing that I really like about it, this has got cappuccino in it at the moment. It tastes absolutely brilliant. Fantastic flavour, fantastic cloud production as well. I've never heard of Sevilla Mesto. I think that's the name. It's on the bottom. It says designed in Russia, made in Germany, and you can tell because all the threads where everything connects, including the plastic and the threads on the plastic tank, are absolutely really smooth to screw and unscrew together. Compare it to like the smoothness of, say, the wheel nuts on a bike. You know, you undo them, tighten them up. Really smooth, buttery smooth threads, because Germany is very good at it in its engineering of things. It's really like that. I've not heard of anyone trying temperature control builds in these yet. I don't know whether that'd work. I assume it would, because it's a coil like any other. But you know, if someone's doing, upload some videos and let's see if you can run a temperature control build, and these would be interesting to see. But there it is, getting bigger clouds on a lower wattage. It is possible, definitely. This does it with ease. This does it probably easier than what my dripper does it, in all fairness. Really good tank. It's heavy as hell though, it really is. I mean, 130 grams, it weighs near double what this battery weighs. But the clouds it produces are awesome, and I really like it. Capacity wise, I'd say I'm getting at least 10, 11 hours worth of vaping time out of the tank, purely because that juice capacity is massive. And of course you can alter how fast it wicks, the thickness of your coils. I've got a 12 wrap coil in it, where 3mm internal diameter. Yeah, 12 wraps, believe it or not, with 28 gauge countful. Just straight across the air hole, lifted above the air hole about 2mm, 1 or 2mm, so the air can go up and around it. Same as, similar to the way that they work in the Mini Subtank Mini. Absolutely brilliant, kick-ass coil. And if you want, of course, if you want to practice coil builds, something like this is ideal. If you're on the debate line on whether or not to get a rebuildable tank or a dripper, this has just made it a bit more difficult for you, but I would recommend this. But I'd say get the normal kayfun, because this is heavy, but I like it. It's definitely a really solid little thing for what it is. I'm not quite sure how much these cost brand new. Judging by the quality of it, I reckon they've got to be around about the £30 mark brand new, because these are actually quite old now, I think. But still, they're absolutely brilliant. Yeah, so there you go. Monster kayfun, or AKA the Big Russian. Really an incredible vape. Really easy to build on for a rebuildable deck. It's got loads of space on the insides of it. And really easy to use. Capable of producing great flavour, great clouds. Easily capable of keeping up with any replaceable coil tanks you can get as well. And I really like it, and I hope you enjoyed watching this. Bye.